Welcome along to another episode of Blue Ribbon Baking. Lucas Skelly, you're going to be cooking up not your traditional scone.
No, we're going to be doing a lemonade scone, but with cheese and rosemary today.
Oh, I like myself a savoury scone.
Okay, well these will hopefully
they'll do the trick.
Rally.
All right, how do we get going?
Okay, so first up we're starting with 2 cups of self-raising flour. Now in that we are going to put in some grated cheese, which will be at approximately 80 grams.
How specific do we have to be with the cheese? Like, are we talking a cheddar? Does that be a light cheese? Something a bit more bite, or?
This is a milder cheese, not too salty.
So how long have you been entering into the comp?
I've been entering approximately 15 or 16 years.
Wow.
And it's taken that long to actually have a really good year.
Oh, seriously?
Seriously.
You are very patient.
Yeah, it took a long time before I had a lot of, before I had a big win.
What do you enjoy about it?
Well, it's kind of cathartic. Cooking gives me a bit of a release from the day-to-day, where I'm a carpenter by trade. I get very popular around the lunchrooms come Ekka time, and the neighbours do all right out of it as well. All right, so I've got my cheese in the self-raising flour, 2 cups, 80 grams of 80 grams of cheese, making a bit of a well. Now I'm going to use 150 ml of pure cream.
Beautiful.
Oh, there we go. That sounds like the party started.
So that's just the pure cream, 100% Australian farmer owned. We like that.
Yes, we do.
And here's this. Is this one of the secrets, or do you find quite a few people use the lemonade now? Because I remember as a kid, my mum would never put lemonade in the
no, it's almost sacrilege really. But the recipe that I found was in a Blue Ribbon cookbook, and it was lemonade scones, and they have been awarded first prizes in the past. So.
Is it the bubbles and the sugar that just gives it that lovely lightness?
The bubbles and the rising agent in the flour, so the bicarb in the flour, or baking powder in the flour.
But the fact that it's lemonade and not like a soda water, there must be a little bit of sweetness in there.
It will be there. And approximately 180 odd ml of flour of lemonade.
And now, apparently, a little bird told me you had a pretty good win last year.
I did have a good win last year. I beat my 2 nemesis, and I had a big win with my sultana cake. And that's in the open category, big blue ribbon, sultana cake, very happy. We're a little bit wet there, so I might just add a little bit more flour.
But you're not beating that until it's smooth?
No. I just kind of, keep folding it in. I will break it out and have a bit of a knead in a second, but I don't want it sticking everywhere.
So any sort of dreams or aspirations to, say, open your own bakery or something, or are you happy with the carpentry and then doing this as a hobby?
Happy with the carpentry. The hours for baking is terrible.
Right. But you don't see sunlight very often, do you?
No.
Sleeping all day and working all night.
So I'm not absolutely punishing this dough.
It's still a rather soft dough, isn't it? It's not like a bread or something where you've really got to put the elbow grease in.
That's looking better. What we might have to do is put some rosemary in.
Oh, yum. Love the smell of rosemary. The trouble is every time I smell it, I want to go and get some roast lamb.
Fresh out of the garden this morning. So now I'm just incorporating the rosemary into the dough. Just keep adding a little bit of flour because it's just a tad wet.
So if it's sticking to your hands,
if it's sticking to your hands, sticking to the table, just a little bit.
And you're using the heel of your hand quite a bit.
Using the
there.
heel of the hand.
Mm-hmm.
This is the blue ribbon part.
Ooh.
We've got some dowels here, so...
Are we allowed to share this?
Well, this is going to be one of the little bits that I impart.
Okay.
So we're after consistency. I think that's what the judges are looking for. They want 6 scones that are all going to look identical. So it's always a good start if they're all the same level when you put them in the oven.
That's going to stop you from squashing it lower on one side.
That's right. So
wow.
I've got some 16mm dowel for this.
That's going to be even all the way along.
It's going to be even all the way along. All right, scone cutter, pan, and another thing is don't scrimp on your greaseproof paper because there's nothing worse than it sticking in the pan. You've spent all this time and effort. You want to make sure it comes out of the pan. So
don't put a little measly bit in the middle there. Make sure it goes up over the
Don't buy the
edge.
cheap stuff either.
Okay.
So we're after the relatively expensive stuff. Oh yeah. So kind of push and twist.
Oh, I'm nervous now. I'm not even entering this in. All right, you can take over. So would you use any other herbs, or have you found rosemary's the best one?
Oh, the only reason I use rosemary because I had it growing in the yard. Chives would be just as good. Get that kind of bit of a oniony kind of cheese and onion.
Oh, yum! That'd be fantastic.
Can't go wrong.
I like sage in things too. I'm a real fan of sage. Okay, so with the excess, it doesn't matter if you...
No, just be careful about how much flour you incorporate at this stage, I think.
So they look ready for the oven. Anything on top, like a milk wash or egg wash or...
Yeah, put some more cheese on top.
Cheese, I knew you'd say that. Yes. You can never have enough cheese. Oh, these are going to be so yummy. Give me the savoury any day. Yum.
There we go.
Okay, so not just a little bit. So I can tell we've got our oven going there. What do we need? Preheated at?
200 degrees. Always get your oven on early. Get it up to temperature.
Now that's 200 for a fan forced?
200 for a fan forced, 220 for non-fan forced.
And in they go.
And in they go. Approximately 15 minutes.
Oh, that's not long
but
at all.
I'd be checking them after 10.
Okay. So what sort of things would they look for, the judges, for instance? I mean, okay, they get a lovely scone. To me, they all look the same, but what are they looking for?
Well, size is important. So they stipulate between 5 and 6 centimetres in diameter. So that's where you've got the 6 centimetre scone cutter. They don't want too much flour on them. So if you've got flour on the top, brush that off, blow it off. And they want consistency. So you have to present 6 scones and they all pretty much have to be identical.
So you're saying there's not a rosemary and cheese category, but you could do that same recipe?
Plain scones, yes. So exactly the same, the 2 cups of flour, the 150 ml of cream, the 180 ml of lemonade, and just don't add your cheese and rosemary and follow pretty much the same method.
I'm smelling some pretty delicious things coming from that oven.
I think we should have a look.
Oh, I think so. Oh.
Here we go.
Oh my goodness. Yum.
There we go, cheese scones.
Oh, they look fantastic. They smell even better. I bet they taste good.
And here we go.
Oh.
Now to check that they're ready, pick them up and tap the bottom.
What are we listening for?
They sound hollow.
Oh.
So that means it's
That's the air.
all expanded inside.
Oh.
The lemonade and the baking powder have done their trick.
Well, after I've eaten this, there'll just be air there because they smell fabulous. Is it time to tuck in?
Go for it.
Yummy. Well, we hope we've inspired you to try some different styles of scones using the basic scone recipe, the award-winning recipe. And Lucas, thank you so much for sharing that with us.
You're welcome. Yeah, I know they're a bit of all right.
Oh.